Hello everybody, Sean here, and we're taking a look at the Vicar Amelia fight. Now, my first tip for this fight, before we even get started, is just don't do the fight the moment you unlock it. You're likely going to get to her very early, possibly even the third boss fight in the game for you. And if that is the case, just take some time and come back later, because most bosses certainly can be beat when you first find them. But Vicar Amelia has a very specific mechanic later on that's going to make it very difficult to kill her if you can't deal a certain amount of damage. So if you're hitting pretty lightly still, or maybe you're using weaker weapons like the cane, or maybe something even smaller than that, then you're probably not going to hit quite as hard as you need to. So just come back a little later when you're hitting harder, hitting faster, and you'll be in a much better position. Amelia herself isn't a very mechanically tough boss. Most of her attacks are simple melees. She has that lunge, and then she has a two-handed attack where she brings her fists down together to slam the ground, sending out a small shockwave. This attack right here is that shockwave. It's a good opportunity to land a few counter hits. When she lunges at you, that is also a very good opportunity to land a few counter hits. Those are the two attacks I suggest you look out for, unless you're being a little more aggressive and you get in close during some of her other combos. But just keep in mind that she's very quick. When you get close to her, she will not hesitate to sideswipe you. She can, even if you're behind her, she could do a full spin and knock you away. So just keep that in mind. Look for your opportunities and take them carefully. But what I really want to talk about is the main mechanic of this fight and why I said to come back a little later. When she gets to a certain amount of health, she's going to start trying to heal. She'll run away from you, and she'll stand up on her hind legs and start healing. You can run at her during this time and just start wailing on her, but if you don't do enough damage, you're not really going to beat her, because she's going to heal more than you can damage away, and it's just going to be an endless loop until you run out of blood vials and finally die. But what you could do, if you're hitting fast enough, if you're hitting hard enough, just keep attacking her legs, and boom, just like that, you knock her out of the heal, and you can get in front of her and do a visceral attack. Now, I will point out the hitbox for the visceral attack seems to be a little weird. Sometimes I get in front of her, it'll go off, other times it will not. But really, what you want to do here is keep hacking at her legs. In the beginning of the fight, you can do this. At the end of the fight, you should still be doing this. But specifically during the healing animation, just wail on her legs, because that's the easiest way to stun her out of the heal. And if you deal enough damage, she will fall over and you can get the visceral attack off. Again, if the attack doesn't go off, it's not a big deal. You could still hit her in the head, which she really doesn't like anyways, and still deal some decent damage. But as you can see here, hit the leg. It was enough to stun the heel, wasn't quite enough to get her to fall over, but if I just keep hitting her legs, specifically the same leg, but as long as you're hitting her legs, it will work anyways, she will fall over and you can keep doing the visceral attacks. That's what you want to watch out for, and that's why I suggest you come back later when you're hitting a little harder. If you're not hitting hard enough, if it's not fast enough, you're not going to stun her, and you're basically never going to beat her. But there you go, that's the Amelia fight. I thank you for watching. We'll see everyone next time.